Young and restless Zuleyka Silver teases, lots of trouble ahead for Audra, and it may not be what you think. Amid Victor's diabolical plot to break up Kyle and Claire, Audra managed to wrangle herself an invitation to the French Riviera and convinced her ex-lover to come along. But as sure of herself as she is, a recent tease suggests that the scheme may hit a snag, and perhaps not in the way you might be thinking. Audra, of course, proposed a perfume battle with Jabot as a means of convincing Kyle to come along on the trip to Dumas' estate in Nice, France. Dumas being revealed as Cain Ashby could cause Audra to have to pivot when it comes to strategy, but there's little doubt she'll do just that. In fact, we've already seen her working her wiles on Kyle, and much to Diane's chagrin, tensions have eased between them considerably. But there are more twists and turns ahead. Indeed, in a newly dropped Instagram story, Audra's portrayer, Zuleyka Silver, showed off a massive-sized script she was memorizing and teased. Trouble, lots of trouble ahead for her character. Not to give too much away, but that incoming Storm Cane reference could play a role in keeping guests who would otherwise return home to Genoa City at the chateau, including Audra and Kyle. This would give Nate's girlfriend ample opportunity to follow through on what she's promised Victor, to make it appear to Claire as though Kyle cannot be trusted. Playing in Audra's favor is the total lack of cell service overseas. With Claire back home wondering why Kyle hasn't checked in on her amid Cole's medical scare and isn't responding to her texts or calls, she may already be creating scenarios in her head about what he's up to. After all, she knows he's with his former lover in Nice. Of course, Nate is also back in Genoa City and has had no contact with Audra. Conveniently, someone from his past will plant a few seeds of doubt about his girlfriend in his mind as well. Put all together, Audra's plans to compromise Kyle might just upend her own relationship in the process. But the trouble won't be that simple. There are still more twists and turns. Audra's about to get up close and personal with Kyle in a way she hasn't since the two were sharing regular romps in a suite at the athletic club. We've all seen the preview with her asking him to apply sunscreen to her body, and as the two get closer, the attraction between them may throw Audra off her game. If Audra and Kyle find themselves irresistibly drawn into temptation in France, far away from their significant others, the ramifications would be explosive. Audra is playing with fire in more ways than she even realizes, given she has no idea that if she's successful in her mission, Kyle will have to leave Genoa City and pay Victor $5 million per the contract he signed. If she actually cheats with Kyle, it will doom her relationship with Nate on top of it. On the other hand, if Audra develops real feelings for Kyle again, she may not be able to go through with her plan to destroy him, which would leave her empty-handed where funding for Vibrante is concerned. So, she'd have to try and pull the wool over Victor's eyes, which never, ever ends well. Will Audra and Kyle get together in France? There's a good chance that they might. And even if it's emotional rather than physical, the huge consequences involved will still add up to lots of trouble.